you say in a sentence, basically, who you are so we can identify you and place you in context here?
Sure. My name is Steve Omohundro. I run a small artificial intelligence startup company in Palo Alto called Self-Aware Systems. And I've been inspired by Doug for many years. I was a student at Stanford, studied under John McCarthy about artificial intelligence, and they got the Xerox Alto machines there, which had some of the first mice. And I remember being amazed by that and started digging into, well, what is this? Where did this come from? What's the ideas? Found some of Doug's early writings and was totally blown away. It was a vision that was so far beyond anything that was going on at that time. And I just reread his 1962 paper, and it's still far beyond where we were at. It's just remarkable.
Did you ever work directly with Doug?
I didn't. I didn't meet him for a number of years after that. But when I met him, he was just so warm and so willing to discuss. He had opened his home to a friend of mine to stay. She was visiting, and I just happened to be visiting her, and there he was. And we had about a 2-hour conversation, and just really engaging, and just a brilliant man.
What most impressed you about him?
Well, from his writings, I was so struck by his vision. I think of him sort of as the first digital humanitarian, that I almost got the sense that the technology was secondary for him, that he was really trying to change the world and really bring humanity together, and that the tools were just, what's the most efficacious way of doing that.
How would you describe his broad vision?
I think he was trying to help people communicate at a deeper level, and he saw the potential of the computer to augment our intelligence, augment the ability of groups to work together, and ultimately, I think, to create peace on Earth, to really create a truly global community.
Do you think that that vision is moving in the direction of becoming real?
Absolutely. I definitely think so. A lot of people are talking about the global brain, about the way the internet is waking up, and that the whole planet, people in Africa are able to instantly get tweets from people here. I don't think it looks exactly the way he was envisioning, but I think it's the deeper aspects of his vision, I think, are happening as we speak.
Was it about uniting all mankind as basically one group?
Yes, absolutely. And a shared experience of understanding and of allowing people to sort of synergize with one another instead of conflicting with one another.
Did you see any obstacles toward achieving that? And did you see that it would just happen once people decided they wanted to do it, or were there any obstacles that would work against it?
I think he was very aware of the kinds of social problems, people's egos, and the sort of structural problems with groups where people want to kind of have turf, and leadership structures can get in the way of the free flow of information. And I think a lot of the tools and a lot of his vision was around how do we circumvent those human problems to create a more beautiful, more powerful future.
Did he go beyond technology to deal directly with human problems? Did he address the human problems beyond just technology?
Absolutely. I think in the later years of his life, he certainly was still interested and concerned with technology, but I think he did a lot of work to help people work with one another, groups to engage with one another in a way that enhanced everybody's intelligence.
Do you think that his legacy is continuing to live on now that he's passed away?
Absolutely. In fact, seeing the beautiful stories that people have written, seeing everything that's going on in this event, I think sometimes when someone passes, that enables the world to sort of wake up to who they were and what they accomplished. And so I'm hopeful that his legacy will have an even bigger effect going forward.
Now you said that you're involved in an artificial intelligence company.
Yes.
Was that directly inspired by Doug?
One of the things I work a lot on is trying to bring human values to intelligent technology, to make sure that they contribute to the greater good as opposed to becoming a problem and leading to dysfunctional interactions. And I think a lot of that emphasis in me was stimulated by reading what he'd written and speaking with him.
Do you have anything additional to add about Doug?
Just that he was an amazing man, a beautiful humanitarian, and it's sad that he's passed, but I think his legacy lives on, and I'm really glad to have been able to meet him.